Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another preview and prediction video. This time we'll be covering aespa. I've already covered twice in Blackpink if you want to go check those out as well, but I want to keep these videos short, so let's get straight into it with a quick recap of 2025. So if you've seen my videos last year, I ranked aespa pretty damn high throughout the majority of my videos, even considering that I wasn't the biggest fan of their work, especially when compared to their iconic run in 2024 where they released classics such as Supernova, Armageddon, Whiplash, and Karina with her solo song Up. Not to mention all the day songs that they've won. They weren't able to replicate that in 2025, but even so, they still outperformed the great majority of girl groups out there in pretty much every area, with only IVE being able to surpass them. Which kind of gives you an idea of how high their standards truly are. With songs like Dirty Work, Rich Man, and even their solo work, they tried running it back, but the quality felt a bit rushed in my opinion. Now, I really hope they try to slow things down this year to try to put out some better stuff. They've already had a couple songs which I will reserve for a future video, but I think 2026 is the year they would need to really focus on their music if they want to continue to be one of the top groups out there. Now that the fifth generation has started developing some top shelf groups, and with IVE still on top, NMIXX on the horizon, and ITZY making a resurgence, the competition is only going to get harder from here. And for aespa, I think they have all the elements and resources to keep them at a Daesung caliber. I would say that within the fourth generation, aespa still has like some of the best on-stage performances, and I had the pleasure to see them as my first K-pop concert last February, and they put on one hell of a show. And that was way back during their Sync Parallel Line tour, but now they're going through their Sync Axis Line tour, which looks to be very successful. So aespa has some strong momentum going into 2026, but hopefully with their next comeback, they come out swinging. Now, besides their music, I don't really have any complaints about them, but if I were to write a wish list, some things I would have on there is solo work, especially for Karina. Now, I've seen some hints of members like Giselle and Ning Ning coming out with a song together, which is amazing, but with Karina, I think out of the majority of idols in the industry today, besides the Blackpink members, Karina has the highest potential to become a powerful soloist on a global scale. We've already seen her potential with Up, and she had another solo song which I didn't think was on the same level, but my point still stands. So what I'm saying is, I think now is the time for her to have her solo debut. We've seen other groups already tapping into the soloist realm because they understand the potential that their idols have to further expand their fandom. So aespa should really make this happen, and soon if they want to have a strong 2026. And no, I'm not saying that because she's my bias. Anyway, what do I think their future potential would look like? Now, like I've mentioned earlier, their standards are much higher than most groups out there. So, for example, 2024, they had a legendary run. With 2025, even though they were still on top, I gotta admit, most of that was from the hype train from the year prior. Now, could they get away with that in 2026? Absolutely, but I feel like if we see anything similar to 2025, then eventually it will bite them in the end, and could be like LE SSERAFIM, where they are also one of the top groups out there, but they are always just a few steps away from a Daesung year in and year out. So aespa really needs to put out some quality work once again and stay consistent. I don't want them to panic and pull an IVE 2024 and start releasing way too many songs of low quality where it takes them nowhere. But either way, I think they should be fine. Now, for me, it's really been between IVE and aespa, and even New Jeans to being the leaders of the fourth generation. I mean, especially if you want to compare their accolades and charting numbers. Now, what do you guys think about aespa going into 2026 and beyond? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And there you guys go, another group down with more ahead of us. Like I said before, if there's any groups you'd like for me to preview, then drop them down in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, then please drop a like, as that does help me out a lot, and consider subscribing for future videos. That said, thanks for watching, and take care.